Hello. Hi, my friends. How y'all doing today? Good morning. Good morning. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. Thank you for asking. I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. Am I the asshole for leaving my husband at the hospital after he refused to be in the delivery room with me? This happened about 2 months ago, but it's still causing some major friction in my family, so I need a few outside opinions. I, 29 female, and my husband Jake, 32 male, have been together for 6 years, married for 3. We were both ecstatic when we found out that we were expecting our first child. Pregnancy was tough for me though. I had severe morning sickness and gestational diabetes and was generally all around just miserable. Jake was really supportive and he was sweet the whole way through. That kind of made it more bearable. As we got closer to my due date, we discussed birth plans. I was adamant that I wanted Jake in the delivery room. I needed his support and he had already agreed. However, a few weeks before my due date, Jake started acting strange. He was distant, distracted, and wouldn't engage in any baby-related discussions. I thought he was just anxious about becoming a dad, so I didn't press him too much. The day that I went into labor, Jake drove me to the hospital. He seemed off though. He was quiet and he kept checking his phone. Does Jake have a girlfriend? Does Jake have a girlfriend? And is his girlfriend pregnant? He was quiet and he kept checking his phone. When we got there, he pulled the nurse aside and spoke to her privately. She came back and told me Jake wouldn't be in the delivery room because he was uncomfortable with blood and medical procedures. You're not the asshole. I would have left his motherfucking ass there too. We ain't even got to the part where she left him, but fuck that. You had the nurse come and tell me you couldn't stay with me. Your wife of 3 years, your partner of 6, the mother of your child. You had a nurse come and tell me that you were uncomfortable with blood and medical procedures. Where Jake at? Where Jake at? I was stunned. He'd never mentioned any of this before. I begged him to stay. I told him that I needed him. He just kept saying, I can't do this. I was heartbroken and furious, but I didn't have much time to dwell on it as my contractions were getting stronger. Jake said that he'd be in the waiting room and kissed me on the forehead before leaving. I was left alone, crying and feeling utterly abandoned. Oh, hell no. Nah, Jake. Where the fuck Jake at? Labor was long, painful, and traumatic. I was alone the entire time except for the medical staff. When our son was born, I was exhausted emotionally and physically. The nurse handed me my son, and all I felt was a deep sadness that Jake wasn't there to share this moment. Oh my gosh, my heart is breaking for her. My heart is breaking for her. After I was taken to the recovery room, I asked the nurse to get Jake. She came back and said he left the hospital hours ago. I couldn't believe it. I called him repeatedly, but he didn't answer. Finally, I sent him a text saying that I was done and he could find his own way home. I didn't see him until the next day. He showed up at the hospital with flowers and an apology stick. Come where the sun don't shine, because I don't want that shit. Fucking flowers? Flowers. Flowers. He apologized saying he'd panicked and needed some air. He claimed he'd gone home to shower and change and fell asleep, which I didn't buy for a second. I told him that I didn't believe him. I was overwhelmed with anger and hurt. I told him he let me down in the worst possible way. He kept apologizing, saying that he knew he messed up and he'd do anything to make it right. Go home, pack your shit, and not be there when I get there. That's what you can do to make it right. Go home and pack your shit. Find somewhere else to go, because you are not welcome in my house. I didn't want him near me or our son at the moment, so I asked him to leave. He tried to protest, but I told him that I needed time to process everything. He left, and I spent the rest of my hospital stay alone with my baby, trying to grapple with the enormity of what had happened. Since then, Jake has been trying to make amends. He's been taking parenting classes, attending therapy, and is constantly trying to be present and supportive. None of that means anything because I don't need you now. When I needed you, you left me alone and afraid. Never once does she say she thinks he's going to be a terrible dad. He's a terrible husband. I can't shake the feeling of betrayal. He abandoned me at one of the most vulnerable moments of my life. Every time I look at him, I remember being alone in that delivery room, terrified and in pain, wondering why the person who promised to be by my side wasn't there. My family is split. Some think I'm being too hard on Jake, that he made a mistake and is clearly remorseful. They say he's a good father and partner otherwise. Otherwise? Other than the moment when it mattered the most, he's a great partner. Nope. These moments are what make you a great partner. You failed. You couldn't have failed more if you practiced it, bitch. They're saying that I should focus on moving forward for the sake of our child. Others think what he did was unforgivable and I should leave him. They believe I'll never truly trust him again, and that's no foundation for a marriage. I agree. If I can't trust you, there's no reason for us to be together. I'm torn. I do still love him, and I know he loves me and our son. Part of me wonders if I'll ever get over this. Was it just a moment of weakness on his part or a sign of something deeper that I can't overlook? So am I the asshole for leaving him at the hospital and now considering leaving him for good? Baby. Fuck, that was heavy, y'all. I can't breathe. That was a lot. I truly, those are signs. They're definite signs. They're something else is going on. Something else is going on. Okay. Am I the asshole for not inviting my father because he disowned me after knowing that I wasn't his biological child? So let's get into it, I guess. Almost a decade ago, my dad found out that my mom cheated on him with another guy. Ooh, he found out through my mother's sister. Back then, my mom and my aunt weren't on good terms, so she told my dad everything. You too. My parents fought over this, and my dad filed for divorce. We all got DNA tested, and out of the 3 children, I was the only one that wasn't his. It felt so bad to know that your dad, who raised you for almost 16 years, wasn't really your dad. That didn't feel as bad as him kicking me out of his house when I was begging him not to. I wish that I could just unalive myself when he disowned me. My mom went into a depressive state and would spend all day in bed and would just get out to use the bathroom. My grandparents lived in a different state, but they did everything they could to make our lives better. I needed to come home from school to do all the chores in the house and tend to my mom and check on her. I did everything that could possibly be done to make sure that we lived. I asked my mom more than once who my real dad was, but all I got was being screamed at or hit. Could you imagine? This baby is 16. 16. My siblings and my grandparents from my dad's side tried to make things right between me and my dad, but he wouldn't budge. Apparently, I was just a reminder that my mom had cheated on him and nothing else. I remember my 17th birthday when no one remembered that it was my birthday. I cried to the point where I didn't have any more tears left. Even when I graduated from high school, only my grandmother came. Why didn't my feelings matter to anyone? Why was I supposed to endure this? After I returned from my graduation, I told my mom that I was leaving if she didn't tell me who my dad was. This time, she did tell me who he was, and I met him after finding out where he lived. I discovered that I have a half-brother and that my real father was a widower and a doctor. He didn't know that I even existed or the fact that my mom was married. Damn. It took us time, but we built a bond and he helped me get through college. He walked me down the aisle too. He even got my mom some help. I'm forever grateful to him. That's awesome. That's honestly refreshing because that's literally never how it works out. I love it. Like, that's literally never, in the experience of all the stories that I've ever read, it never works out that way. I love that. Present time. I'm now 26. I was married to my lovely fiance last week. I didn't invite my ex-dad to my wedding. My ex-dad, I like that. My ex-dad. Yeah, that makes sense. I like that. He tried to contact me before the wedding, but I don't want anything to do with him. My siblings and grandparents from ex-dad's side say that I'm wrong and that he wanted to come and make things right, but I don't want to make things right. I'm wrong? No, as the person that has been hurt, I'm the one that gets to decide if I am ready to hear out your plea for forgiveness. I am the one that gets to decide the next step. You decided you didn't want anything to do with me. You don't get to decide, okay, now that's over, I'm ready to deal with you. That's not how that works. That is not how that fucking works. Absolutely not. She's 26 years old. An entire decade has gone by. A decade has gone by. And now he wants to make things right. Absolutely not. Block everybody. Everybody. Every fucking body. I don't want to make things right. He had the right to abandon me, so I have the right to do the same. He isn't my father. He was once upon a time, but now I understand that he was hurt, but I was hurt too. Everyone tells me to let go of the grudge, but I just don't want him in my life, and no, I won't give him another chance. My husband understands, but no one else seems to understand what I had to go through to get where I am now. He cannot just come in my life 9.5 fucking years later and expect things to be all right. Am I the asshole? Absolutely not, baby. I couldn't have said it better myself. Absolutely not. You are not the asshole. Fuck that. 9.5 fucking years later, you're just going to walk back in like, all right, timeout's over. I'm back and I'm ready to be dad. No, absolutely not. Hell no. He needs to go wherever the fuck, whatever hole he just crawled the fuck out of is where he needs to go back. Because no, your siblings and your grandparents are fucking disgusting because they had firsthand knowledge. They witnessed him not wanting anything to do with you. And then they have the fucking nerve and audacity to stand against you and defend him. Absolutely not. Absolutely the hell not. Hell no. That's so fucking sad. But honestly, y'all, bio dad is the shit. Dad is the fucking shit. Because I truly did not expect that. I did not expect that. My sister is seeing a married man and I got beaten because of her. I don't think I've read this story. I have no idea where my idiot sister is because she went on vacation with her friends. All I know is that I'm going to pull her hair out when I see her. My sister and I go to the same university. Although we're only 3 years apart, we're almost identical, and people always confuse us for twins. Today, I suffered because of that resemblance. Soon as I left my university to go to my car, a lady threw herself on me and started dragging me by the hair while yelling at me lots of insults. Pure instinct, I began to fight back. Honestly, at that moment, I thought some homeless person had an attack of dementia or something. I pulled her by the hair until my friends separated her from me. The woman was crying, and behind her, there were 2 more women who were with her and arguing with my friends. The woman was yelling at me that I was her husband's side piece, and I didn't understand anything about what was happening. But at that moment, my mind clicked because I know my sister was dating an older man. She doesn't tell me much about him, but she shows me the gifts that he gives her. I told the woman that she's looking for my sister. Basically, the people who were with her yelled at me that I must be just like my sister. I'm not at all. At least I think. They tried to fight me again, but then the police approached us and it was all split up because it was being too messy. Now my scalp is full of scratches. My back is scraped by the asphalt and my hair hurts to touch it. My sister won't answer any of my calls to explain what the hell she did before she left. I want to tell my mom what happened, and I know that if I tell my parents about this, they may stop paying for my sister's education because this isn't the first time she's done something like this. Oh, I'm telling. Don't do shit around me that you don't want me to tell, because I'm telling. I'm going to tell them, yes, but first I want to talk to my sister. The humiliation of having been beaten up at my school for something I didn't do is bad. It gives me chills to think about coming back to school on Monday and that the people who saw us believe that I'm to blame for what my sister was the culprit of. That poor woman, I do feel empathy for her, but I didn't deserve that. My sister's not a good person at all, so it's easy to see her in a situation like this. At least she would have, at least she should have asked my name before that. Not if she knew your face. No, I mean, I'm not saying what the wife did was right, but I mean, if she know what the fuck you look like, she said on sight, no questions. Edit, yes, we ended up at the police station and I filed charges against her even though she apologized to me once she calmed down a little bit. To be honest, her friends were worse than her in the sense of wanting to keep fighting when it was all over. But anyway, that doesn't justify that the fool hit the wrong person. For now, I'm just going to wait for my sister to come back because I want to say everything with her present so she can't run away from our parents. It's not the first time my sister has messed with a married man. That's fucking crazy. Update. My sister has seen a married man and I got beaten because of her. My sister came back from her vacation a few days ago. I waited for her to come back because I didn't want her to run away from telling our parents what happened, and I wanted her to be the one to tell them everything. My sister lives with our parents. No, she's not a teenager. She's almost 30. She's a grown-ass fucking woman. Excuse me. I don't know why someone in the comments would say that she was suffering from being groomed when she's 28. There's even plus 40-year-old people in college. Anyways, you need to be an adult to be there. When my sister arrived, I was already at the house. When my parents asked me what the hell happened to me, I told them to wait for my sister to come in to talk about it. So they already knew this was about her. Many people don't understand that there are people who like to be the second and enjoy feeling that they can sleep with anyone, even with a forbidden person. My sister is that kind of person. Since she was a teenager, she's always flirted with her friends' boyfriends. She did it to measure her value with others. She never flirted with any of my boyfriends. At least she had a limit there. Now that she's older, she likes to sleep with married men. For her, it's better to receive gifts and fun without the pressure of being the wife. Bitches really think like this? Her words, we discussed this many times. Apparently they do. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. At the end of the day, it's all a self-esteem and ego problem that my sister has. She needs to know that she can get whatever she wants. She needs to ass beat. Anyways, a few days ago, the cheating man had sent a message to my sister telling her that his wife beat him. That woman beat everybody to fuck up. I like her. She beat everybody to fuck up. I mean, she beat up the wrong bitch, but her goal was to beat everybody the fuck up. Ma'am, do you follow me? You be listening when I be like, beat him the fuck up? You be listening, huh? The cheating man sent my sister a message telling her his wife beat him and kicked him out. She found out about the affair with my sister. The woman found my sister's Instagram and sent her messages telling her to stay away from her family because apparently the man took their kids on some of the dates with my sister. And my sister, who's a big idiot, followed the fight with the woman insulting her, showed me the chat. She was clearly encouraging this woman to fight with her, calling her names and all kinds of things. That's how I ended up getting beaten. She got smart through messages and the woman was like, all right, bitch, when I catch you, I'ma whip your ass. Okay. I see how that's fucked up though. According to my sister, she didn't believe that the woman was really gonna hit her, but then started to message her. But then I started to message her. She basically ignored me because she didn't want that kind of stress. Also, because she knew she fucked up. Honestly, so many comments told me that my sister was not to blame for anything that I began to believe it. Your sister's to blame for all of this. All of this, the fact that you even got touched. Like, because I completely get where the wife is coming from, but bitch, you hit the wrong person. Like, you deserve everything that's coming to you after that. You hit the wrong person. Like, 100%. This is all your sister's fault. If she would keep her fucking ankles crossed and not throw it in a circle for married men, she wouldn't be having to answer towards this. She wouldn't be having to even tell this fucking story. Get the fuck out of here. Until I saw the messages that she sent that woman almost begging for a beating, I stopped feeling any kind of empathy for my sister. She's not a good person and she never was. I was furious, but my mother was even more angry. It's not the first time that my family has been affected because of my sister's sexual adventures. This time, we didn't lose any money or friends, but I was physically attacked, which is worse. My sister justified herself by saying that she is single and has no responsibility for any marriage. My mother told her that we all suffer because of her problematic behavior and that morally, she's helping to ruin the lives of many because of her ego. It all ended with my sister throwing a tantrum like always and even blaming me for looking like her. What? It's her fault because she looks like me. No. 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 This time, my father kicked her out of the house with her things. I found it a little sad that my own parents apologized to me for their adult daughter's behavior. And at the end of the day, it feels sad to see my parents and other people go through troubles because of her behavior. About the woman, she contacted me the next day and was really sorry. She said she would pay for any medical expenses, but I'm fine. She sounded much calmer without her friends, and she told me she had never done anything like that, but felt a very strong hatred for my sister and her ex because of how they talked about her with the children. Although she sounded really regretful, a large part of me wanted her to kick my sister's ass, but that's not going to happen. Even if that doesn't make me a good person, I would have liked to see that. I'm sorry for the boring update, but not much happened except that. She didn't send me a message or anything else like that. Anyways, I just pray that my parents still don't talk to my sister, so I'll see her as little as possible. That fucking sucks. That was not boring. Your sister is fucking terrible. How you gonna blame your younger sister for looking like you as to why she got attacked by the wife of your affair partner? It's her fault. It's her fault for looking like me. Not at all. My husband got another woman pregnant. We divorced, and now he wants me back to raise his son. My husband and I divorced after he got a young girl pregnant. After months of therapy, I moved on and even went on a few dates. He didn't marry the side piece, although this is what she had hoped for. He bought a 3-room apartment for the baby and her, but never really moved in with them. She is from a somewhat poor family with an autistic younger brother and a partially disabled mother. She took care of both as the father was not in the picture. She sure hoped that baby trapping a good-looking man with money was her ticket to a better life. That stinks. I talked with a common friend of me and my exes about this. She also said that probably her mother was pushing for her to baby trap him. The details of this disturbed family members I found, the details about the disabled family members I found out about recently. Dang, I couldn't get that sentence out to save my life. Words are hard. Damn it. She also said that, the side piece was very mean to me, and she texted me a few times about how she was pregnant by my husband, and she called me an old bore. I'm almost 40, but it did hurt. So their son is now 1 year old. Her and my ex hate each other, and they're violent with each other. He's hit her with his belt and with his hand. She's hit him as well and thrown things at him. Girl, how you finding out about all of this? Who is on the inside relaying information? The main problem is she's leaving the child unattended and has even left the house. Move, girl. Has even left him at the house to try to get my ex's attention or to just make him upset. She's taking depression medication and is quite hysterical and has anger control issues. My ex has texted me this. Oh, okay, your ex is telling you all the business. Like, girl, who was telling you this? My ex is texted me this and asked to meet and talk because he's sorry. Actually, he really just wanted to take full custody of the child and remarry me so I can raise his son because she's too young and unstable. Sir, I told him to fuck off and I blocked him. Girl, yeah. That's the only appropriate response. Did he boldly tell you that where y'all at? Because you can't be in the United States. Where y'all at? I'm trying to find out where they at because he was bold as fuck. And I've never, I have never, I don't regret telling him to fuck off. He ruined my life. He was a 40-year-old man who acted like a teenager. He hurt me and scarred me for life. Now I'm dating someone and he's tried to make me dump that guy so we can be a family again. I just hate him. I'm not really asking for any advice as I don't intend to do anything. But morally, I am confused and I feel sorry for that child. I just wanted to let it all out because I kind of feel the satisfaction that the side piece is not happy either, and he chose an emotionally unstable woman. Well, I feel like a bad person somehow. I think I'm going to go back to therapy because it's not good to feel happy when someone is in that state of mind as that woman is. P.S. She's not too young. She was 25 when the baby was born. Ah, hell no. Honestly, I wouldn't be going to therapy, but I feel it. I understand because I want to be happy. You're not happy that she is having, she's having problems with her emotions and, her mental health. That's not why you're happy. You're happy that they're going through problems. She thought destroying someone else's marriage was her meal ticket, and it's not. Life is hard. Life is hard. You're not happy because she's sick. You're happy because she's miserable. She was going to be sick regardless of who husband she was sleeping with. If she was sleeping with somebody's husband, she was going to be sick either way. Either damn way. I love it. I'm here for all of that. Am I the asshole for refusing to attend my sister's silent wedding because she's forcing everyone to communicate using only ASL? None of us know it. How the fuck we gonna communicate in a language none of us speak? Does one speak sign language? Like, I'm not trying to be insensitive. I want to refer to it correctly. Is it speaking sign language or is it doing sign language? No, because it's a language, so you're speaking it, right? Like, it's a language. Okay, so we speak sign language. Great. Yes. I know this might sound insane, but I need to know if I'm the crazy one here. My 34 male sister, 31 female, is getting married in 2 months, and she's decided to have a silent wedding, which means no one is allowed to speak during the entire wedding. That's not funny, but why? Instead, she expects all 250 plus guests to communicate using American Sign Language the entire day. But literally no one in the family knows ASL. Nobody in the family speaks ASL. So how the fuck we gonna communicate all day? My sister is not deaf, nor is her fiance or any of the immediate family members. She just thought it would be unique and intimate to force us all to learn a completely new language for her wedding. How much time do we have to learn? Because I would attempt. I'm gonna give you my best attempt. But if I'm not fluent by the time we get to the wedding, how much time we got? 2 months. 2 months. That's not enough time. That's not enough time. My sister thought it would be unique and intimate to force us all to learn a completely new language for her wedding. Her exact words, "It's more inclusive for the deaf community." I get that. Are we in... Oh, reminder. No one in the wedding is deaf. I told her this is absolutely absurd and that she can't expect hundreds of people to learn a new language for just one day of her life. She got furious and said that I'm ruining her vision and being ableist by refusing to participate. I would understand if her fiance spoke ASL and we needed to be able to communicate with them. But we're communicating... Okay. I told her this isn't about ableism. It's about the fact that none of us can communicate in ASL and that her wedding will basically just be 200 people sitting around silently confused as hell. She says that we have plenty of time to learn the basics, but I'm a busy adult with a full-time job and a family. I don't know, hobbies that don't involve and hobbies that don't involve learning an entirely new language for someone else's Instagram clout. When I told her that I might not even come, if she didn't ease up on the ASL, she said that I'm being selfish and not supportive of her groundbreaking idea. My parents are on her side, of course, because they think it's cute and creative. They've already started practicing the alphabet as if that's going to be enough. You plan to spell everything? That's not going to work. Meanwhile, I feel like I'm living in some kind of unhinged dystopian reality where everyone is pretending this is a normal request for a wedding. Am I losing my mind here? I want to know, is she really, I don't think she's really thinking about being inclusive to the deaf community, because if she was, this could be a thing where, like, let's take these classes. I hired someone to teach us because A, B, and C, I think we should da 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 da. No. I want my wedding to be quiet and y'all can only communicate using ASL. Now, I'm not fluent. I know a little bit about a little bit. I can do very little, like very little. We can have a very minimal, like it won't be awkward. The first meeting won't be awkward. After that, please don't ask me anything because I don't know. I don't. I tried. I gave you everything I had. I gave you everything that I had. But I would never request no shit like this. Like, if I really, definitely clout seeking. I agree, because groundbreaking idea. How is it groundbreaking? Like, I think it's, yeah, terrible. I don't like it. I don't think this person's the asshole for refusing to go, because I don't want to sit in a room with a whole bunch of motherfuckers. I feel like she invited 200 people, but she only want like 45 people to show up. However many hours you are away from California time, figure it out. It is 2:45 my time now. So it'll be 11 a.m. Pacific time. So yeah, you guys figure that out. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, because I probably won't be posting stories today or tomorrow. Probably not even Monday. So I'll try to go live on those days. That way you guys can still get your fix, you know? So yeah, but love. Thank you guys for being here. We've been here all fucking day. This is great. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah? All right. Bye-bye.